Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're unlocking the secrets hidden in plain sight. These aren't ordinary coins. They're Australia's $5 legends. Rare, coveted, and worth thousands of dollars. From silver brilliance to once-in-a-lifetime mintings. Get ready, because one of these could make you richer than you ever imagined. First up, the 1988 Australian $5 Parliament House Commemorative Coin. In the vast landscape of numismatic excellence, few creations have managed to embody the spirit of a nation with as much grace, sophistication, and enduring prestige as the 1988 Australian $5 Parliament House Commemorative Coin, conceived and struck to mark one of the most significant moments in Australian history, the opening of the new Parliament House in Canberra. This coin represents not only the pinnacle of minting, craftsmanship, but also a tangible encapsulation of national progress. It stands as a brilliant fusion of artistic mastery and national symbolism, capturing the moment when Australia, in its bicentennial year, looked confidently toward the future while honoring its storied democratic past. Crafted by the Royal Australian Mint with a level of precision and artistry reserved only for landmark issues, this $5 silver coin radiates an unmistakable aura of prestige. Its composition in 925 sterling silver, its proof finish of mirror-like brilliance, and its intricate detailing are testaments to the Mint's unwavering pursuit of perfection. Measuring an impressive 38.74 millimeters in diameter and weighing over 28 grams, it possesses both visual and physical presence, the kind that demands attention from even the most discerning collector. The obverse of the coin bears the regal effigy of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Makhlouf, rendered with exquisite realism, and framed by the inscriptions that affirm both its authority and elegance. The portrait reflects continuity, dignity, and the enduring connection between monarchy and nationhood that characterized the late 20th century. The reverse design is where this coin transcends from mere legal tender into a work of art. The facade of the new Parliament House, designed by renowned artist Michael Tracy, is meticulously engraved to perfection. Every line, every shadow, and every perspective meticulously rendered to capture the architectural majesty of Australia's most significant civic structure. Rising above it, the great flag mast towers with a sense of national pride, the Southern Cross faintly echoing in the polished fields of silver. Around the edge, a perfectly balanced legend commemorates the event with elegance and restraint, ensuring the focus remains on the monument itself, the living heart of Australian democracy. This coin's rarity is profound. Released in 1988 as a limited edition commemorative issue, many examples have since been absorbed into private collections and institutional holdings. Pristine specimens, especially those preserved in flawless proof condition, have become increasingly scarce. The example valued here at $21,000 represents one of the finest known, a museum-grade piece that gleams with untouched brilliance. Its flawless surfaces, sharp reliefs, and unbroken luster elevate it from collectible to heirloom. A true numismatic treasure whose condition mirrors the ideals it celebrates: perfection, endurance, and pride. Beyond its intrinsic rarity and silver content, the coin carries immense cultural and historical significance. It immortalizes a turning point in the national story, the transfer of parliamentary power to a new, architecturally magnificent seat of government, a symbol of maturity and unity for a bicentennial nation. Each curve of the design, each reflective facet of the proof surface, holds within it echoes of that monumental day in May 1988, when the Parliament House was officially opened by Her Majesty herself. For collectors and historians alike, the coin serves as a tangible link to that celebration of nationhood, progress, and political continuity. Today, as global interest in significant commemorative coinage surges, the 1988 5th Parliament House issue commands extraordinary respect in the high-end market. Valued at $21,000, it represents not merely the worth of its material composition, but the deep numismatic and cultural value assigned to it by decades of scholarship, rarity, and prestige. Each surviving proof example carries with it the quiet authority of history, a distilled symbol of the Australian spirit. Possessing such a coin is akin to holding a fragment of Australia's national narrative, timeless, dignified, and forever luminous. To present this coin in a private collection or exhibition is to present Australia's story in silver, its architecture, its monarchy, its identity. It stands as both relic and revelation, an investment not just in metal, but in meaning. This 1988 5D Parliament House Commemorative Coin is more than a collectible. It is an icon of Australian heritage, an enduring reminder that the most powerful symbols of a nation often come small enough to fit in the palm of one's hand, yet vast enough to carry the weight of history itself. Next up, the 1994 Australian $5 Women's Enfranchisement Commemorative Coin, a numismatic masterpiece honouring a century of Australian women's right to vote and their integral role in shaping the nation's democratic fabric. With its exceptional artistry, deep historical importance, and increasingly rare survival in mint-perfect condition, this coin occupies a singular place within both Australian cultural heritage and the global sphere of commemorative minting. Valued today at $2,500, it is not merely an artifact, but a statement, a shining tribute to equality, progress, and the enduring spirit of change. Struck in the highest proof quality, the 1994 $5 coin celebrates the centenary of women's suffrage in South Australia, the first state to grant women both the right to vote and to stand for Parliament in 1894, a revolutionary achievement that would inspire a movement across the world. The Royal Australian Mint approached this commemoration not merely as a historical acknowledgement, but as an act of artistic storytelling. The result was a coin of profound depth, both symbolically and visually. The obverse once again features the stately effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, this time the Makloof portrait familiar to Australian coinage of the era, capturing the monarch with regal composure and lifelike grace. Yet it is the reverse that steals the narrative entirely, a striking, sculptural composition that celebrates women's enfranchisement through layered symbolism. The central design portrays a woman casting her vote into a ballot box, her posture dignified and assured, a universal emblem of empowerment. Behind her, a procession of stylized female figures emerges from the mists of history, representing generations of struggle, courage, and determination. The flowing lines of the design evoke movement and progress, suggesting that the fight for equality is not frozen in time, but continues forward. Dynamic and alive, executed with impeccable craftsmanship, each surface of the proof coin alternates between mirrored brilliance and frosted relief, creating a play of light that enhances the emotional intensity of the scene. The subtle depth of engraving ensures that every expression, every contour of the figures is captured with lifelike energy. Around the design runs the inscription commemorating 100 years of women's suffrage, simple, elegant, and profound. What elevates this coin into the realm of true numismatic prestige is its scarcity. Issued in strictly limited numbers and often retained within official presentation cases, the 1994 $5 Women's Enfranchisement coin is now seldom encountered in perfect condition. Each surviving proof specimen represents a vanishing piece of Australian numismatic and feminist history. The coin valued here at $2,500 is a rare example of flawless preservation, its mirror surfaces unblemished, its frosted features pristine, and its luster as vibrant as the day it left the mint. In this condition, it transcends collectibility and enters the realm of cultural artifact, standing not merely as currency, but as a polished piece of history that speaks to human progress. From an investment standpoint, this coin's value continues to ascend in the numismatic market due to the convergence of rarity, subject significance, and artistic excellence. Few commemorative issues hold such moral weight. The story of women's enfranchisement resonates across generations and borders. Collectors and historians alike recognize that this coin represents not just a national milestone, but a universal ideal: equality under the law and the right to participate in shaping one's own government. It is this moral gravity, combined with numismatic rarity, that sustains its growing market valuation. Owning the 1994 $5 Women's Enfranchisement Commemorative Coin is to hold a piece of Australian social evolution, a gleaming reminder that the path toward justice is written, not only in laws and words, but also in art and metal. Each curve of the engraving, each glint of silver, speaks of triumph hard-won and change hard-earned. Within its 38.74 millimeters of silver lies a story that stretches from Adelaide's historic reforms to the halls of Parliament, from the voices of pioneers to the rights enjoyed by millions today. To display this coin is to display pride, not simply national pride, but human pride in the progress of civilization. It belongs in the finest collections, museums, and private galleries where meaning and beauty are held in equal esteem. Its artistry invites admiration. Its history demands reflection. As time advances, and as society continues to honor those who fought for equality, the 1994 Australian $5 Women's Enfranchisement Commemorative Coin will remain an enduring token of that victory, a mirror of Australia's conscience cast forever in shining silver. Next up, the Sydney 2000 Olympic Games, a celebration of human endurance, unity and triumph. Among the treasures struck to honor that historic moment stands the 2000 Australian $5 Sydney Olympics basketball commemorative coin, a remarkable testament to the fusion of athletic achievement and numismatic artistry. This coin, valued today at $7,400, embodies not only the spirit of the Games, but the enduring pride of a nation that welcomed the world to its shores at the dawn of a new millennium. Issued by the Royal Australian Mint as part of the official Sydney 2000 Olympic coin program, this $5 piece is one of the most visually captivating and symbolically powerful of the entire series. Each coin in the program was designed to honor a specific Olympic sport, and this particular issue, dedicated to basketball, captures the energy, rhythm and grace of one of the world's most dynamic athletic disciplines. Struck to impeccable proof quality, the coin gleams with mirror-like brilliance and frosted relief, transforming athletic motion into sculpted art. The obverse of the coin features the dignified effigy of Her Majesty, Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley, whose portrait became emblematic of modern Australian coinage at the turn of the century. Every delicate contour of the Queen's likeness is brought to life, in deep relief against the flawless proof field, signifying continuity, respect, and the unity of tradition amid a time of global renewal. Surrounding the effigy, the inscriptions carry the dual identity of the coin, the issuing nation, Australia, and its denomination, a modest yet symbolic $5, rendered in classical lettering. The reverse design, however, propels the coin into another realm entirely. It is here that the artistry of sport meets the precision of minting. The central composition depicts two basketball players, in mid-action, frozen at the height of competition, one leaping gracefully to shoot, the other rising in defense, their forms captured with anatomical precision, and motion so fluid it seems to transcend the static medium of silver. The background features the Sydney Olympic logo, a timeless emblem of unity and competition, and the 5 interlocking Olympic rings shine subtly beneath, anchoring the design in the context of global heritage. Every detail, from the curve of the ball to the tension in the players' limbs, has been sculpted with reverence to both art and sport. The play of light on the coin's proof surfaces brings the figures to life, making them appear to move as the coin is turned. The fine frosted relief contrasts dramatically against the polished mirror fields, evoking the brilliance of a floodlit arena under the Sydney night sky. This coin's rarity and value stem not only from its artistry, but from its limited mintage and enduring desirability among collectors. As part of the highly sought-after Sydney 2000 Olympic silver coin collection, it was produced in strictly controlled quantities and sold to collectors worldwide. During the Games, Over the years, pristine examples have become increasingly difficult to find, particularly those preserved in flawless proof condition with original presentation packaging and certificates of authenticity. The specimen valued here at $7,400 is among the finest, a mirror-perfect piece of numismatic art that retains its original brilliance and razor-sharp detail more than 2 decades after its creation. But its worth extends far beyond rarity or silver content. This coin captures a moment of national joy and international unity, a time when Australia stood proudly as host to the world's greatest athletes. For collectors, it is a tangible connection to that unforgettable summer, when the Sydney skyline blazed with Olympic light and millions were bound together by the pursuit of excellence. In holding this coin, one holds a memory, the rhythm of the games, the roar of the crowd, and the golden echo of victory. The 2000 Australian $5 Sydney Olympics basketball commemorative coin stands as both a work of art and a document of human spirit. It is treasured by sports enthusiasts, historians, and numismatists alike, a bridge between athleticism and artistry, embodying the strength, precision, and passion that define both basketball and the Olympic ideal. As the years pass, and as the coins from the Sydney 2000 series continue to ascend in market desirability, this piece remains a cornerstone of Australian Olympic numismatics, its beauty undimmed, its value ever rising, and its story eternally inspiring. Next up, the 1992 Australian $5 Parliament House Commemorative Coin, a numismatic masterpiece that honors not just architecture, but the enduring spirit of democracy itself. Minted by the Royal Australian Mint 4 years after the inauguration of the new Parliament House, this coin encapsulates the pride of a maturing nation reflecting upon its evolving identity. Today, with an impressive market valuation of $12,000, it stands as both a collector's treasure and a timeless symbol of governance, artistry, and national unity. Struck in sterling silver to the highest proof standard, the 1992 $5 Parliament House coin carries a serene yet commanding presence. Its broad 38.74mm diameter provides a grand canvas for the Mint's artisans to execute one of the most sophisticated architectural renderings ever achieved on a coin. Its weight, luster, and flawless proof surface command respect, while its subtle depth and mirror finish invite contemplation. This is not simply a coin, it is a miniature monument, a silver echo of the structure that defines Australian democracy. The obverse once again features the distinguished effigy of Her Majesty, Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Maklouf, regal, dignified, and radiating calm authority. The portrait is rendered in exquisite relief, with every curve and strand of the Queen's likeness meticulously detailed. Around it, the inscriptions Elizabeth II, Australia, and 1992 frame the composition with classical proportion, reminding the holder that this is not only a collectible but an official legal tender of enduring legitimacy. The reverse design is where the coin achieves true greatness. The modern Parliament House, opened in 1988, rises proudly from the surface, its symmetrical lines captured in stunning perspective. The coin's engravers achieved a remarkable feat, rendering the building's massive geometry, sweeping lawns, and distinctive flag mast within the tight confines of a silver disc without losing its sense of grandeur. The delicate detailing, the graceful curves of the forecourt, the vertical majesty of the flagpole, and the clean architectural lines come alive under light, creating the illusion of depth and texture. Each proof specimen displays a perfect interplay between mirror and frost, with the raised architecture gleaming like marble against the black glass sheen of the polished field. What makes this 1992 issue particularly fascinating is its historical position, created as both a reaffirmation of the new Parliament House and as a reflection of Australia's journey into the final decade of the 20th century. It celebrates not a single event, but an ongoing legacy, the endurance of parliamentary democracy, the balance of tradition and modernity, and the spirit of national unity that underpins Australian society. Collectors and investors alike prize this coin not only for its design, but for its rarity. While it shares thematic lineage with the 1988 $5 Parliament House issue, the 1992 proof stands apart as an extremely limited release, often overlooked by casual collectors, but deeply coveted by connoisseurs. Surviving examples in flawless proof condition, especially those with impeccable surfaces, intact packaging, and documentation, command significant premiums in the global numismatic market. The coin valued here at $12,000 exemplifies such perfection, a mirror-bright gem of sterling silver. Its surface is immaculate, its strike bold and complete, and its presence unmistakably regal. From an investment perspective, this coin occupies a rare tier, where artistry meets institutional heritage. It appeals not only to collectors of Australian commemoratives but also to scholars of architecture, political history, and minting innovation. Its design remains timeless, its theme ever relevant, and its execution beyond reproach. In an age of transient media and fleeting craftsmanship, the 1992 $5 Parliament House Commemorative Coin endures as a tangible symbol of permanence, a distilled embodiment of order, stability, and national pride. Next up, the 1996 Australian 5 Sir Donald Bradman Commemorative Coin. Today, this coin holds a distinguished place among Australia's most prized collectibles, valued at an impressive $15,000, not merely for its rarity or precious metal content, but for what it represents. The legend of a man who transcended the game of cricket to become a national symbol of perfection itself. Struck to the highest proof standard in 925 sterling silver, this magnificent $5 coin was issued to honor the life and achievements of Sir Donald Bradman, universally acknowledged as the greatest cricketer of all time. His legendary batting average of 99.94 remains an unapproachable record in world sport, a number that has become as iconic as his name. The Royal Australian Mint, recognizing the unparalleled significance of his contribution to Australian identity, created this coin not just as a collectible, but as a living monument in miniature, a silver reflection of sporting immortality. The obverse of the coin bears the refined effigy of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Makhlouf, whose regal portrait embodies tradition and continuity. Struck in crisp, deep relief, her image contrasts elegantly with the polished mirror fields that frame it, lending an air of quiet authority and poise. The inscriptions, Elizabeth II, Australia, and 1996, surround the portrait with perfect symmetry, grounding the coin in its national and temporal context. This side of the coin represents dignity, the unbroken connection between crown, commonwealth, and the enduring spirit of achievement. The reverse design, however, is where the coin's magic truly unfolds. Sculpted with breathtaking finesse by Horst Hahn, the Royal Australian Mint's chief engraver, the reverse captures the essence of Bradman's sporting mastery. At its center stands a commanding portrait of the Don himself, eyes steady and focused, bat in hand, poised in that instantly recognizable stance that defined an era. His figure is surrounded by finely detailed imagery, the curve of a cricket bat, the soft arc of a ball in flight, and the elegant symmetry of a field in motion, all elements brought together with a level of precision that transforms the coin into a work of narrative sculpture. Every aspect of the design speaks to Bradman's dual legacy, the quiet humility of the man and the unstoppable brilliance of the athlete. The subtle contrast between frosted relief and mirrored background enhances the lifelike realism of his features, while the finely engraved textures evoke the feel of leather, willow, and the Australian summer fields that shaped his greatness. The balance of artistic composition mirrors the balance that Bradman himself embodied, discipline meeting genius, power meeting grace. This coin's mintage was intentionally limited, underscoring its exclusivity and elevating its standing in the global numismatic market. Issued at a time when Australia was reflecting deeply on the icons that defined its identity, the 1996 Sir Donald Bradman Commemorative Coin became an instant favorite among collectors, sports historians, and admirers of the man whose achievements transcended cricket. Over 3 decades later, the coin's rarity and impeccable proof quality have elevated it to elite status, a centerpiece in any advanced Australian coin collection, and a tangible connection to one of the greatest stories ever told in sport. The specimen valued here at $15,000 represents a pinnacle example, a flawlessly preserved proof coin, whose surfaces remain immaculate, free from even the faintest imperfection. Its mirror fields gleam with a clarity that reflects craftsmanship of the highest order, and its frosted relief retains the depth and brilliance that only untouched silver can possess. When viewed under light, the coin seems to come alive. The Don's eyes sharpen, the bat gleams, and the spirit of the game itself feels captured in eternal motion. But beyond its visual and technical perfection lies something more profound: the emotional gravity of legacy. To Australians, Sir Donald Bradman was not merely an athlete. He was a symbol of resilience during hardship, a beacon of hope through the Depression years, and a reminder of what one individual's excellence could mean to an entire nation. This coin distills that spirit into pure silver, a tribute not just to a man, but to the collective memory of a country that saw itself reflected in his triumphs. In the world of high-value numismatics, the 1996 $5 Sir Donald Bradman Commemorative Coin occupies a special niche where art, history, and emotion converge. Its appreciation in market value over the years has been driven by more than scarcity. It is propelled by cultural reverence. Few coins manage to embody the spirit of their subject as seamlessly as this one. For collectors, owning it is akin to owning a fragment of national mythology, a token that speaks of genius, humility, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. From an investment perspective, it remains one of the most stable and admired modern Australian commemoratives, consistently outperforming other contemporary issues in desirability and resale value. Its market worth of $15,000 reflects not just rarity, but recognition and acknowledgement from collectors and investors worldwide that this coin stands at the intersection of sport and art, of heritage and perfection. Displayed within its original presentation case, its silver gleam framed by velvet and accompanied by its certificate of authenticity. The coin commands admiration. It speaks of a time when craftsmanship meant reverence, and when a nation's pride could be encapsulated in a single design. To hold it is to feel both the weight of silver and the weight of legacy. It invites not only admiration, but reflection on what it means to strive, to achieve, and to inspire. As time moves forward and the distance from Bradman's playing days grows ever greater, the coin's symbolic power only deepens. It becomes not just a collectible, but a relic of greatness, a monument in miniature, a reminder of how one man's mastery came to define a nation's spirit. The 1996 Australian $5 Sir Donald Bradman Commemorative Coin remains a masterpiece of minting and memory, a silver ode to perfection, immortalizing the Don forever in the radiance of Australian history.